The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From the 39, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's got it to Ingram, complete. 16 yards, a first down. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. The 40. The 20. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Ross on the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
It's our time. It's our time. Check 24, check 24. Switch.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. He's got the first down here inside the 30. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now 14-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. From the 40 now on second down. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The toss play to Mixon. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And able to find Green. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Dalton. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. They go play action now. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Now here's Ross. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
I'm here all day.
On the toss, Mixon. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. I'm going to have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball. Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, 1st-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin knows a thing or two about big catches in the NFL. That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position. Jackson throwing here, complete to Boyle. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards there and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the... And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And this is caught off the deflection. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
It's just me and you.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's got his man here. It's Green. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, 83 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's Jackson. He goes underneath to Ingram. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Hey, Zoo. 40's the mic. 40's the mic.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And the catch good. It's Eifert. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Dalton. He'll let this go end zone for Green. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Throwing again on second down. Dalton, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year. And he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 to kick off what became a 6-1 final stretch that got him the AFC North title. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check. 2 by 2. Move. Watch the whip.
Again, it's Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Shoot. Slam.
Mixon with a first down carry. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may blitz coming, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton here from the gun. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Hey. We got it.
Another try for Mixon.
Watch the twist.
A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? To throw here, Dalton. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage. We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Hey, let's go. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
On first down, Hunt. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Second and 5 now. Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. But now it's third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. From the gun on third down, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So Dalton now. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. They find some open field here. A gain of 39 that time. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a short return to the 6-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Throwing on second down, Jackson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
To throw again on second down. Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Ravens on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. This one complete to Ingram. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
That one good for 37 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Joe Mixon. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And the Bengals on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14. And Dalton to throw. And Eifert has it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Andy Dalton now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Dalton gives to Bernard. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's a run with Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, passing it. Dalton. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bengals, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders.